What's up everybody, Andy Shea from Movement Reborn, and today I'm going to be showing you the straddle position in order to engage the core muscles as you never have before. All you need is a stability ball. So this is the 75 centimeter. You can use a smaller one or you can use a larger one. It really just depends on your limb length. Ultimately, you want to pull the ball all the way to the crotch line, and you want to pull your feet and walk them in so that it's almost like it's trying to hug the bottom of the ball. Now here's the kicker. You want to be able to pull your feet and your entire hip towards each other. It's like your feet and legs are pulling up to the midline. You're not just squeezing the ball with your knees. So notice if I squeeze the ball with the knees cave in. We don't want that because that's usually already super overactive in these adductors over here. So what we want is to be able to pull through into the deep groin area, like you're drawing everything towards your belly button. So notice the knees are still pointing out, but the whole body is drawing under you, and you want to find a long, tall, vertical position of your spine over here. So if you can keep constant engagement, it's not squeezing as hard as you can, maybe just like 40 to 50% of this engagement, holding this position. Now you're gonna try and stabilize your core from here. So once you take a deep breath in, exhale, push the air down into the low belly. This in martial arts is called the dantian, which is the center of gravity, which is where we generate speed and power from. So the more we can feel the ground, push into the floor while you're pulling everything towards that midline, the entire trunk gets more stable. Really good for pelvic floor development as well, with both male and female, teaching the deep muscles in the core to be able to start stabilizing the body. These are the first muscles that should respond to almost everything that we do at a very passive level without crazy engagement. So the longer we can hold these positions and we can actually teach the hips to start rotating. Notice I'm not buckling the knee, I'm turning from the whole hip, creating torsion in that joint. That's what's gonna create a lot of stability. If you have a lot of hip impingements and stuff like that, this might be very, very difficult to engage in the beginning, but the better you get and the more aligned you can get the torso vertical with soft hip, you might feel like your butt is here and you have to like tuck the pelvis under you so that your ears, shoulder, neck, hip, and heel are essentially all in a straight line. This is the neutral position. Play around with stuff like this so that when you don't have the ball, you can still kind of sit and anchor in this tall, neutral position. This is called the horse stance in martial arts, or just a straddle position where you're just anchoring your feet into the ground and softening the hips, which ties into the tripod that I talked about in my previous videos. So you find the tripod, find the low belly, deep core, and soften the hip, and you should be able to hang here for an indefinite amount of time with minimal effort. The better you get at this, the better your posture will naturally become and the more aware you are of what the core is actually doing. In this position, you should be feeling a ton of engagement in the inside groin area. If you're pushing the core down and you're exhaling, dropping that breath to the low belly and adding some tautness here, and keeping stable, you should feel so much here. You might feel a lot on the outside of the legs because the feet just aren't used to being in a neutral position. So notice here the ankles and the shins are actually directly over each other without collapsing or anything. So that's the position that you want to find. Play around with that, see how it feels. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.